Welcome, everyone, to Constructed Chaos, where we run our D&D live streams every single Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and where tonight we are extra chaotic. We have tons of new features for everybody. Our characters are in a crazy spot. Don't worry about the fact that I'm looking at the game table right now where there might be some terrain set up. But if you guys are interested in what Chat Plays D&D actually is, while I talk about some other stuff, go ahead and type !guidance in the chat. It'll give you the rundown on how this entire system works. And if you want to join in the running to pilot some of the characters that Chat has created and brought through most of this adventure, you can type !roleplay in the chat to join in the running. Then you can go head over to chatplaysdnd.com and sign in with your YouTube account. With some extra little bits of fun. I'll explain that in just a second. First and foremost, I need to thank our good friends over at Tabletop Beard who have sent us the Warlock Beard Oil tonight. I like to theme these for the sessions, as you know, and we have a Warlock in the party now. Ayla has taken the path of darkness, potentially. If you want to take the path of darkness as well, you can try out some of this beard oil for yourself or some of their other beard products. The stuff smells great, and it's themed to all of the tabletop classes that you have come to know and love. You can embody them to the best of your ability, and the Warlock smells like chocolate, cherry, and just a touch of dark magic. Not too much, so you won't OD. Well, oh my gosh, Ruby Rod! Thanks for the $100, friend. He said, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you so much, Ruby Rod, for being here, and thank you for the hundo. That's very, very kind, very generous of you. I do also have to say, our friends over at Tabletop Beard always offer 20% off of your entire order with code CHAOS20, and you can check them out over at their link, tabletopbeard.com. That is in the description below. But once again, Ruby Rod, thank you so much for starting off this session with an absolute bang. That is hugely generous of you, and I really, really, really appreciate that. Especially as we roll into a new year with tons of new surprises on the channel, new adventures on the horizon. I have been so busy this past week, even though we haven't been able to run our normal Wednesday stream because of the holidays. I do at least need to thank someone else, though. I need to thank our friend John Washburn for the comment that he left on last week's stream. He said, "Wish I had seen it live. Family." John, I totally understand, and family indeed went a little bit fast and furious on that last episode, but want to make sure I thank you properly with some chaos points. Enjoy 1,000 points on the channel, on us. Thank you so much for commenting and interacting with the stream. Thank you all for being here more than anything. That means the world to all of us. It means the world to me, especially on these Chat Plays D&D campaigns where it's just you and me. You know, just you, me against the world. It's great. So, back to what I was alluding to a little bit earlier. Our new Chat Plays D&D website actually links up to the back end of our system by basically associating your YouTube profile with the StreamerBot stuff that we have set up. So essentially, you do have to log in using your Google account that you use to watch our streams. And thanks to Google taking a while, it's not verified yet, but you can basically go past all the little warnings it gives you. You have to click advanced or whatever. If you can't figure out, it's okay, because the chat commands we've been using thus far are still active. We're going to be in this sort of transition process, and we may just leave them active forever if you guys prefer that. We're going to test this out and see how it goes. I'm very proud of what we were able to put together. If you're interested, I'll probably end up making an entire video on how it works and what I plan to do with it in the future. But for right now, it's a really handy way for you to pilot these characters more intuitively than just using chat commands. You can actually push buttons and roll dice on there. last but certainly not least, you need to make sure and check out our friends over at Darkport. They've been running some extra streams on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time over on their channel. Their link is also in the description below, and I believe they're going to be getting right back to their normal campaign here fairly soon. They've been doing some Curse of Strahd stuff, so if you're a fan of that, you're going to love it. That all said, I think it's finally time for me to roll that beautiful bean footage.
Violet light pulses from within thick, pale roots, lining the rocky warrens of the hidden hand. A subtle psychic pressure pushes against your mind as you hold your breath and wait for your pursuers to rush past. The howls of the Red Claw thralls echo through the corridors, boots pounding, chains rattling. But the sound never fully fades. It only dulls beneath the noises of whimpering animals, the low moans of exhausted prisoners, and the clink of iron as someone stands. A figure presses his face to the bars of a nearby cage, eyes red-rimmed and desperate. Thalindra's father stares back at you from the dark, wondering aloud in tortured measure why you've come to such a dreadful place.
Welcome back, everyone. And to answer your question there, Saf, thank you for the $2. He says, bean footage? Do you mean bee footage? No, I mean bean, B-E-A-N footage. It's a little inside joke we run on the channel here. We always have that beautiful bean footage that I build every week inside of Unreal Engine. I'm very proud of it. So, as many of you are aware, when we start these episodes, we get to decide who is piloting each of the characters. Tonight, that's going to be especially important because you guys are going to be guinea pigs. The new website is probably riddled with bugs that I don't know about yet, and you're going to be helping me bug test those. So let's find out who's going to be piloting Ayla, our paladin warlock, now, to start off the session. Looks like that's going to be Saft. Welcome in, Saft. Welcome back to piloting Ayla, who's now taken on a level in Warlock. Now, let's find out who's going to be piloting Nyx, our very squishy arcane trickster rogue. Looks like this one will be Tides of Mo. Oh, sorry. I saw Tides of Mo jumped in. Russell Mooney. Russell Mooney, welcome into the chat, man. Good to see you. Good to have a regular here in chat. You know how everything works. Let me know if you see anything that's working kind of funky and we need to fix it. As we move on to Thalindra, our resident druid in a very wild themed adventure. Who's going to be piloting Thalindra to start off tonight? Jason 96, another Saft, Russell, and Jason. I can think of no trio better to help me test out some of these features tonight. If you guys did not get selected to start, just make sure you stay active in chat, and as time goes on, every 10 uses or so, it will automatically cycle these characters out so that you will get it. Whoa!
Thalindra the wild and lustful druid.
Okay, so you guys just Drazati, you bastard! Where are you at in here? You son of a bitch! So we already identified that this episode was going to start off extra chaotic. You guys pushed a lot of chaos points into the chaos pool, which is going to set off something absolutely chaotic. It could sometimes be a good thing, could sometimes be a bad thing. And last session you didn't quite trigger it, but it was on the cusp, and Drazati just came in and blew the whole thing wide open. Along with, it looked like Matt Steely donated a few points as well. So instead of starting how I thought we were going to start, we're going to begin
Hyrax
things...
is chosen, causing some chaos for our beloved elf girl.
We're going to begin things a little bit differently. As I change over our music. see. Sorry, you guys have completely thrown me for a loop. I didn't even get to do my intro yet, and you've already constructed chaos. Drazati, I can't believe you. So, as we begin our session, the three of you have just found Thalindra's father caged across the way from you. You hide in your own cell, where Thalindra was carried by Beakley, her owlbear companion, after falling unconscious. She barely held on to consciousness, and in doing so, I'm going to say that the three of you actually tapped into some of this latent magical energy that's swirling about from these pale roots. This red energy that's been pulsing throughout the tunnels. You've mostly ignored up until now because you've been fleeing a band of gnolls. But now that things have quieted down, now that you see Thalindra's father, now that you have time to parse all of the emotions running through your head, Thalindra, your father has been chained here. You hear your mother's screams in your dreams. Ayla, you've just lost your brother. You watched him sacrifice himself so that you all could escape into these hidden hand warrens. And Nyx, you have returned to Darkwell. You have returned to the hidden hand warrens, a place that you fled from when you were a child. In many ways, all of you are now coming to terms with the weight of this. Literally well, maybe not literally, but in the dragon's den, so to speak. This overwhelming sense of emotion, I think, is what pushes you all over the hump to gain that level, even though you have not taken a long rest. And instead of taking that long rest, you all feel yourselves slipping into unconsciousness as this violet energy presses in with a weight on your mind that is almost unbearable. Not only does it feel as though your brain is being smushed from either side, but it is being twisted and inverted in ways you didn't know possible. You feel weightless. You slip away from reality. We're going to start with Ayla. Ayla, you find yourself standing in the warrens. Stone walls split open by glowing red roots that pulse like veins, their hum filling the air, low, constant, alive. Your allies are nowhere to be seen, neither is Thalindra's father. What do you do? And to remind everyone, anything you type in chat when you're piloting a character will be spoken aloud. So Saft, what does Ayla do in this moment? You're really more or less in the same place, but your allies have disappeared from you. Your mind feels light, your body weightless, and somehow you feel uneasy. Almost as if there is no gravity left to tether you here in this spot. Yeah, you guys really started this thing off with a bang. Hundo from Ruby
channel
Rod.
Divine Sense to find out if undead fiends or celestials are about.
Okay, so I am gonna. So just so you all are aware, the D&D Beyond character sheets are no longer going to necessarily be what we refer to see what everyone has access to, and if that doesn't work, we'll figure it out as we go along. But I can actually control these character sheets on the back end, so I'll be using these to track your features. You focus your channel divinity into a use of divine sense. You've now exhausted all of your channel divinities until you can get a short rest, and as you feel your senses expand out into the ether, as you feel your mind taken for a ride as it was, sort of expand and coalesce, make sense of your surroundings. I'm going to say that you don't immediately detect any celestials, undead, but you do detect one fiend. I'm going to say make a religion check for me, because this is your divine sense. I want to see if you can detect what or who this fiend is, because the presence does seem somewhat familiar to you. So if you are piloting the character, you can open up the skills and tools. So using the chat commands, that works just fine too. So with that, a 15. I'm going to say 15 on your religion check. Because it's so fresh in your mind instantly goes to your brother Aravan. You know, he wasn't a fiend. You know, in his final moments, he redeemed himself. However, being a fiend does not necessarily make one evil. And you know that his form certainly was fiendish in the end. And as you feel your senses press out from you, you feel that familiar presence of your brother. You hear his voice. Ayla, I'm sorry. Aravan's voice trembles through the roots, sort of rippling and sifting through the tunnels, both soft and close, as if he's standing right behind you, but when you turn, there is no one there. Only more roots, now glowing brighter. What do you do in this moment? Yeah, and took a lot of work to get the usages syncing up between the web app and the back end.
Cylindra, the high elf moon druid, still feels the crimson haze of power flow into her. As the power infuses with her mind, she slips into a dream-like state. Her mind goes wild with fury and love.
Yes, indeed it does, and you have no idea how on point that observation is. We will get to the Lindra's dream in just a moment. But Ayla, in this moment, as you hear your brother's voice, you see the roots beginning to glow brighter, almost in response of your recognition of his presence. What do you do? What do you do here? And as I'm thinking about it, I'm now realizing there may be an additional feature I want to make for the website that just allows you to view the character sheets without signing in, because that at least should be available if you guys want to track their resources and stuff. That's a change I could probably make for next session.
I start to look around the cell or area I am standing in and look for anything related to my sisters and the presence of my brother.
Okay, I'm gonna allow you to we'll say make a perception check. So !R perception, or if you're in the character sheet, you can just punch the button for perception. It'll add all your modifiers and all that fancy stuff. Danny Leo. That was my foe to slay. An 18. Good rolls to start off the night. We like that. So as you sort of look around for any sign of your brother, any physical sign of him, because of course you've heard his voice, you feel the hum of the roots beginning to swell, and you do latch on to his voice, somewhat indistinguishable, because all of the sudden that one voice becomes many, hundreds. Animals and people alike begin to cry out in pain, scream, snarl, beg, layers of sound stacking until you can barely breathe beneath their weight. The roots surge upwards, coiling around your legs, not restraining you, but offering themselves. What do you do in response to that, I wonder? Starting this session off very different from normal. You guys have done some absolutely crazy stuff. And keep in mind, you're all, maybe not all. Ayla's looking pretty healthy, but most of you are on death's door here. Been knocked out multiple times and on low hit points. Nyx, you're looking fairly healthy, but you kind of stay on low hit points. Drazati, I can't believe you jumped in here just to construct chaos. Crazy man. So Saft, as you feel those voices become a chorus and the roots begin to ensnare you in a way that almost feels they are greeting you. Feels akin to a handshake or maybe a hug. You're not sure whether to trust those instincts, so I'll let you decide what you want to do.
I cry out, are you here? If you are here and you mean me harm, come and get it. If you are my relation, come to me now so we may embrace and relax.
As you call out to what you imagine is your brother's spirit and perhaps hundreds of other spirits that you were meant to save as a representative of the Order of the Jackalope, a prestigious order that you joined only moments before setting out on this adventure, I'm going to have you make a persuasion check with advantage. Since you're using the chat commands, you'll just type !R persuasion ADV. The bot can handle advantage. If you guys scroll down to the bottom of the character sheets, you can plug in roll modifiers by either ticking or unticking advantage and disadvantage. It's honestly better than D&D Beyond, if I say so myself. Oh my god! Non-natural 20. Very nice. Great roll. Fantastic. As you call out an attempt to persuade these spirits to either reveal themselves and fight you, or reveal their intentions and join your side. The chorus of voices roars in response as if to say, no, do not shy. This is nature's wrath. Take our fury and wield it. What do you do in response to that, I wonder? Perhaps this explains a little bit of the warlock nature of this new level you've taken. Honestly, I can't complain with how this worked out. I was planning on maybe doing some of this if you guys did the right things, but Chaos just said, no, you do it now, and I think it works out really well. Yeah, you guys are getting some crazy rolls to start off. 15, 18, and 20. Nothing below a 10 yet. Very impressive.
I conjure a blade with my will as best as I can feel it out.
Okay. Instead of instinctively reaching for your maul or your longsword that you've carried through this adventure thus far, being told to wield the power that has been granted to you, you attempt to do so. Holding out your hand, you summon forth a somewhat spectral longsword, wreathed in the same red energy that sort of swells out from the roots in a breathy. You come to find this weapon in your hand, thrumming with the agony, the fury, the animalistic rage of everyone that has been trapped here. Everyone that has become a part of this vicious system, whatever it is. They have asked you to wield their power, and so you have. The roots begin to climb higher, covering your waist, your chest, your throat. You feel the fury, the grief, the endless injustice pressing into your bones. Aruvin's voice returns, fainter now, almost drowned out. Ayla, please. What do you do in response to his pleading as you feel your dream beginning to come to a fever pitch? All of that raw emotion, all of that anger. You've always had a strong sense of justice. That's why you went to serve the Order. But so far in this adventure, you have found justice does not live here. At least not in the form you knew.
Aruvin, how do I help you? Please show yourself.
I will say, because you have called out to him previously and rolled so well in your persuasion check, you know that the words do find him, but he does not answer. Instead, you feel a warmth in your palm, a thrumming energy coursing through your body, and you know for sure, you know without a doubt, that you can summon this same weapon in whatever form your justice chooses to take outside of this dream state. And when the chorus of voices howls louder, swallowing Aravin's voice and swallowing your senses along with it, the glow blinds you. When you finally scream for your brother, you wake with the echo of screaming still humming in your ears. And we move to Thalindra. Thalindra, you hear that same echo of pain and anguish sort of bleeding over into your mental state. The roots themselves, you feel, are weeping. You stand before your father's cell. Only he is there with you. He kneels inside. His wrists are bound in cold iron chains, bolted deep into the stone. His head hangs low, shoulders shaking, and when he looks up, you see his eyes are wet with tears of shame. You shouldn't be here. What do you do in response to your father telling you something you may already know, but perhaps don't agree with? Saf says, burning uses over here. Yeah, it certainly is a usage-heavy sequence. But you can thank Drazadi for the chaos on that front. But I love that this kind of explains how you guys may have gotten your levels here. It works out. And we were gonna start with some daddy talk here, but instead
Thalindra feels the roots of power. Seeing her father bound in chains angers her. In a rage, she goes to him and attempts to free him from his chains.
Okay. As you attempt to free him from the chains, I'm going to say make an athletics check. So if you're in chatplaysdnd.com, you can just click the athletics check button, or you can just put it in chat, whatever you prefer. Google itself has a weird response to your app. Yeah, it because it's not verified yet, there's some extra steps. Essentially, you have to like push the advanced button and then go to like move forward where it says unsafe. It's not unsafe. It's just not verified yet. I've started the process, but they're notoriously slow moving on it, so it may take a few weeks even. That said, looks like you did roll a 6. With that 6, you begin to pry at the chains, but to your surprise, the chains don't feel like chains anymore. And although you're not able to loose them, you look down and you see more roots pulsing and twisting, beginning to ensnare your father, beginning to tighten. What do you do in response to this? Your father sees you trying to free him from the roots, and I will say, without any effort of your own, you can certainly tell that he's not fighting it. He's allowing this to happen.
As she tries to free her father, she asks, "Father, these roots, how are they connected to this power?" As she tries to free her father, she asks,
"Oh no.
Father, these roots, how are they connected to this power?"
That might be a new bug. I'm not sure why exactly it popped up twice. But as you ask this question to your father, I'm going to have you make a persuasion check. Straight roll, !R persuasion, or just click the persuasion button on chatplaysdnd.com. Yeah, it looks like there may be some duplicate prompts that are coming through, probably some coding errors on my end, but I don't think it's stealing uses or anything, and that's the important bit. Okay. With a 15, you see your father look to you, that look of shame returning as he... Well, I don't know how to tell you. As the roots begin to move past his arm onto his shoulder. It's your mother. It's your mother, Thal. And with those words, you feel the presence of eyes upon you. The chamber darkens as dozens of bright red eyes bloom in the shadows. Gnolls begin to step forward one by one, carrying hooks, tongs, and blades meant for breaking bodies slowly. What do you do in response to this? Saft, awesome. Looks like you figured it out. It is a little tricky, and it will get easier once Google allows the verification to go through. They just want to make sure that I'm not using your YouTube profile names for malicious purposes. That's the only thing that this has to grab. And he says, I'd run. I'd get the hell out of there. Sorry, Dad. That's your problem now. Yeah. So your father responds by saying that these roots are your mother.
Oh no. No mother too. Thalandra screams out onto the shadows. When she sees the gnolls appear, Thalindra crouches down in a warrior stance, ready to fight to the death.
Okay, as you prepare yourself to fight, the gnolls rush in, almost ignoring you. You begin to cut down as many as you can, possibly even taking a wild shape yourself. However, there are quite a number of them. And I will say that at least a few of them are going to get past you. I did say dozens of eyes, so there's at least 6. Okay. The first roll was an 18 on the die. And your father is restrained. And so, as you strike at the gnolls, attempting to shield your father and what you imagine may be your mother from them, you realize there are too many as they do strike a blow on him. And every blow that lands calls forth a scream from somewhere else. A woman's scream. Your mother's scream. What do you do in this moment as you feel the gnolls just pushing past you, even the ones that you brush aside or beat or batter? They are just continuing to make a beeline straight for your father, who is helpless, defenseless, and doing some form of damage, you imagine, to your mother. Danny, that's an interesting hypothesis there. I won't allude to it too much, but that's very interesting. It all ties together, doesn't it? I'm very, very proud of what you guys have put together for these characters' backstories and the story at large. This has major implications in ways that you may not even realize as of yet. Been very excited for this episode. As is indicated by the change to the sort of red color on at least the intro. So Jason, what do you do in this moment as you hear your mother's voice calling out your father, writhing in pain?
Thalindra searches the shadows, searching for her mother now. The wild druid elf screams out in anger and frustration, and she only sees red in this hellish nightmare.
Okay, I'm going to say make a perception check for me. Either !R perception or just click the perception button on chatplaysdnd.com. Yeah, I'm loving this. You guys are making great use of it. Whoa! Natural 20! Absolutely phenomenal. Oh, sorry, not natural 20. My bad. I saw the 1 and thought it was a 20 plus 1. But a 14 plus 7, still fantastic. As that panic begins to tighten in your chest and you try to look more carefully, almost taking a moment to ignore the gnolls, calling out to your mother, You do not hear a voice respond to you. You do see the roots beginning to push through the chamber, and merely at the sound of your voice, at the sense of your presence, you feel the ground begin to shudder, and you hear, "No!" The roots begin to surge violently through the stone. Walls crack. The ceiling begins to collapse. The Warrens begin to bury everyone. Your father, your mother's voice, the Knowles, and you. What do you do as the ceiling itself, the sky itself, begins to crumble overhead? As the roots begin to wind through the halls at a blistering pace. This is pretty intense. And you were on the brink of death when we last left our session. It only makes sense that you would have one of the most intense nightmares here, although we have not seen anything from Nyx yet. We may soon. Yeah, how far do those roots go, I wonder? Perhaps you'll find out sooner rather than later. You guys, this is so cool. This is so freaking cool. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you for being a part of this adventure with me, and thank you for contributing in such a way. I'm already finding myself looking forward to what other characters you may create in future adventures. These characters have so much depth. They've already given so much to this campaign.
Thylindra panics. In a rage-filled haze, she takes off in a full sprint to get away from the hell that is this nightmare.
Okay. As you sprint ahead, the rubble swells.
When I D&D, I think and talk too much.
No, that's fine. Oh, Danny just popped into Thylindra. That does happen sometimes. But Thylindra, as you surge ahead, moving as quickly as possible, trying to escape the rubble, trying to find a way to save at least yourself and possibly anyone else that you run into, be it your mother, your father, any helpless animals or lost souls. The rubble swells as boulders the size of bears slam into the ground around you. You dodge as best you can, but you aren't quite nimble enough to break through them all. And at this point, your dream bleeds into Nyx's. Nyx, you too sprint through the fog-choked streets, your boots slapping against wet stone as you weave through every dark, lumbering silhouette in your path. Thief! Thief! You hear a voice calling behind you. What do you do as you continue to run in the opposite direction from this call? Sorry to jump off at Thylindra as soon as you got in the pilot's chair, Danny. Russell, what does Nyx do as she continues to as she's rushing away from the sound of someone calling thief? If I weren't you, I would have bypassed security measures to get to it. Yeah. The security measures, unfortunately, are necessary because I need you guys to basically identify yourselves so that our backend can then associate your profile with you in the instance where you're viewing the webpage. It's a little tricksy, and I was hoping it would be easier than this, but Google likes to, make sure we're not being irresponsible with any information. I appreciate that at the very least. I'm sure they're using our information for all kinds of stuff, but other people, we got to be careful.
I try to get out of sight, find somewhere to hide before too many people start looking for me.
Okay, I'm going to have you make an acrobatics check first to see if you can weave through this crowd in a way that allows you to maneuver to a place that is well hidden. And then once you get there, I may have you make a stealth check. if you can get there. Okay. With a 19, you continue to move forward with a stunning speed for a creature your size. And it's at this moment that you realize you are not an adult anymore. You are a child once again, a young dark elf in the streets of a place that you don't quite recognize. The words continue to echo behind you. Thief! Thief! Until it loses its meaning and just sort of becomes noise. You don't look back. Being chased like this is nothing new to you. And very quickly, you find a familiar alley that you're able to slip into that happens to move in the direction you're trying to go. It's at this point that I will have you make a stealth check. Yeah, very sneaky. We like Nyx. Oh my god, the 24 stealth check. Very nice. That's a 16 plus 8. Very nice roll. As you round the corner with your small stature, you're able to hide behind a couple of loose crates that have nearly crumbled due to the moisture in the atmosphere, allowing their sagging to almost mask your body shape. You see the individuals that were chasing you rush past that alley and continue on into the dense fog. They are completely out of sight, out of earshot, and out of mind for you. As you begin to continue moving in the direction that you know is home. The fog thins as you reach Grimroot Tower. It leans dangerously, propped up by dark roots that snake up from the ground. As you get near, you see the wooden door looming high over your young elven frame. At this age, you actually had to reach up to grab the handle. What do you do standing outside of the door to enter Grimroot Tower, which looks a lot different from the last time you saw it just last session? Certainly takes you back a ways. Ooh, these roots are powerful. They give crazy visions. Pulling forth all of the emotional trauma. What do you do here, Russell? And you guys are making great use of the of the website already. I was wondering how many of you would adopt it, but it seems like so many of you have already. We may be moving away from the chat commands sooner rather than later. I was very motivated to get this done. Absolutely, Danny. I
walk in casually, as if I'd simply been out for a walk.
Okay. As you open the door and step inside, sort of relaxing your gait and allowing the clink of stolen goods to give you away, you see an old elven man, not quite the complexion of your own elven skin, your dark elven skin, rather a sort of bronzed skin that is wrinkled with age. He stands up from a desk and smiles, not unkindly.
So, what did you manage today?
As he sort of stoops down to you, almost expecting you to present what it is that you have taken. What do you do, Russell? Do you willingly show him? Do you try and hide some of it for yourself? You turn around and run right back out the door? You tell me. Yeah, I really wanted to get this website done. I've been working on it since the beginning of this adventure. I had originally hoped that I'd have it done for session 1. Based on all the work it took, it was not going to happen. Not going to happen that soon. Ooh, Danny thinks he's piecing it all together now. Maybe so.
I set my goods down proudly, with a cheeky smirk on my face.
He looks down at the treasures that you've stolen, what amounts to something close to about 15 gold worth of goods and treasure. Some loose change, of course, in and of itself, but in particular, there is a small gemstone that you're very proud of attached to a ring that may have been worn by somebody. You imagine it may have held some emotional value, but you're not taken care of by this individual to wonder those sorts of thoughts. And as you show him your spoils, he sort of nods.
Wonderful. Now, let's get rid of it.
He leans back upright from inspecting what you stole before striding back out the way you came. What do? As he leaves you with your spoils, almost expecting you to follow. Again, do you pick everything up and follow along, or do you maybe try and stow some of it for yourself? Do you ignore him? Close him and lock the door? I have become a YouTube member, ChaosBot. Oh, nice! Saf, thanks for becoming a member. Apologies if I didn't notice that already. Very glad to have you. If you haven't already, make sure to go check out our membership tab on our channel page. It has all kinds of homebrew goodies that we release every month, and we're about to release another packet that happens on the first of every month, usually. It's been kind of a busy month, so this one may come just a couple days late. There's sickness moving through our home. As well as, New Year's and all that. Oh no, Renarius, I'm sorry the website isn't working for you, man. It may eventually. Hopefully the Google verification stuff fixes that for you. How is this now my fault? It's you're a voiceless.
I pocket a coin or two, but otherwise gather it up and follow him.
Okay, you're a voiceless scapegoat for me, Tides of Mo. Thank you. I appreciate your patronage. Some of you may die, but it is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. As you begin to gather up the goods, you do pocket 1 gold coin, almost testing the old man to see if he keeps track of what exactly you had. I'm going to say make a sleight of hand check here to see how well you were able to mask the presence of that gold coin. But imagine that you may have tried this before, and this may determine if you've been successful or not. Okay. With a 15, I'm going to say you put that coin in your pocket, and he doesn't appear to have noticed as he continues to move along back out the front door. You sort of follow behind, wondering if you've gotten away with something. You follow him as he begins to walk north, as his routine, you recall. As you walk along the path, he's mostly silent, but is there anything you'd like to ask him on your way to wherever it is that you're going? Is there anything you'd like to do in this moment? I do think that there's probably about a 10 to 15 minute period that you have here as you walk at a rather slow pace following this older gentleman. You see, even though he is an elf, he's got sort of the monk cut where he's bald at the top but has long hair, almost shoulder length, just coming down from the sides and the back, as well as sort of a thin, relatively unkempt beard, but he does wear a set of spectacles that are a bit long, sitting on his nose. I love that I've got you thinking, Danny Leo. I'm very excited for you guys to uncover some of these secrets. And I don't want to allude to too much, but again, this has major implications for a lot of the other adventures that we have had and will have on this channel. So I may not be revealing all of my secrets in this campaign, but I got to get you asking questions, right? So exciting. Yeah, Renarius, grab some screenshots if you're seeing some weird stuff on your end. Like I said, you guys are kind of my guinea pigs for tonight. I've tested this myself. I've tested this with Tides of Moe's stuff, but I have not had a chance to test it en masse with everyone else. So this will be a good test case to see if there are any bugs that I need to fix for this sort of mass deployment of our new website. Yeah, Russell, what do you do? Is there anything you say or ask this old man as you continue to move along with him? I imagine you're thinking hard. This is access that you have not been given to this particular character thus far.
I follow quietly, focused more on trying to stay beside him rather than behind.
Okay. Taking the careful route. As you follow sort of alongside him, again, as is almost ritual for the two of you, you're familiar with this process, but as the memory unravels, you're almost rediscovering it. And eventually, the man's gait does slow to a stop when you arrive at an old stone well. Those stones are slick with age, and he motions ahead. Go on. What do you do in response to this urging for you to move towards the well? Reward is tacos from the delicious Ragon food stall in Darkwell. Since we are guinea pigs, yeah. I would be more than happy to award any and all of you with food of some kind. We we don't make many appearances in public, but when we do, it's usually at Gen Con every year. We've been making some Gen Con plans early this time, so if you guys ever head out there, I would love to meet you. I would love to hang out with you. I know it's a ways off, not till like July or August, but just to kind of put it out there, let you guys know that we do get out and about every now and then. Saft, thanks for the $10, man. He says, I want to see Ayla, Nyx, and Thalindra come in as sidekicks with Valen and Nargith during the main campaign, lower level than actual player characters, of course. So you hit on a very important note here. I have thought about ways to potentially include some of these characters as playable characters during our normal streams on Wednesdays. I haven't quite gotten to exactly how I want to solve that. But obviously the sky's the limit, right? We can do all kinds of stuff, and it sounds like you guys would be interested, so I would love to do that.
Using my last usage to congratulate you on the website. It's working wonderfully so far. And now to tag in whoever pilots Nyx next. Lamau, rolling on the floor laughing emoji, smiley face emoji.
Well, welcome in, Zazima. You are now piloting Nyx, and thank you very much, Russell. Nyx, you in your child form have been sort of ushered ahead towards this old stone well with the treasures that you have stolen. One of those coins resting in your pocket as you've successfully hidden it from this old man. He ushers you ahead towards the well. What is it that you do, Zazima? What is it that you do? Ruby Rod says that I should present my coding tech for this kind of stream. I intend to. I don't know if it'll be this Gen Con because I am probably going to be a part of a different panel and it's already going to take up a good amount of time, but I have been thinking about it. Submissions for panels open up, I think on the 4th, so I'll make that decision soon. The thought has crossed my mind. You're not alone in that. What do you think, Zazima, as you approach the quintessential dark well?
I cautiously approach the well and keep an eye out for any Seuss activity.
Okay.
Need assistance with story, Alex?
Oh, yeah, no worries. Was that the wrong person? Oh, sorry. I see, Danny. Not at the moment, but always love having your input as you have been instrumental in introducing new characters to this campaign. Nyx, Zazima, as you begin to move forward, trying to keep an eye out for anything odd, I'm going to say make a perception check, because you're scanning your surroundings rather than looking at something specific. So !R perception, or just click the perception button on chatplaysdnd.com. Man, I love to say that. I'm so happy that's finally up and running. Okay. With a 5, you sort of glance around somewhat suspiciously yourself. And when your eye line is drawn back towards the old man, you see him sort of like glaring through his eyeglasses as he raises a brow. You reach the edge of the well, and when you look over with your 5 perception, you do not see a bottom. It is just straight inky blackness. You turn back, almost affirming with the old man as he sort of ushers with his hand. Go on. What do you do?
I told you. Get rid of it. We have no need for it.
Pour out a 40 for Yancifer, y'all. Remember our fallen stars. Yes, Yancifer made the ultimate sacrifice in our last Chat Plays D&D campaign. And Danny actually just finished watching it. I did see your comment, man. I haven't had a chance to respond yet. Those campaigns, as you can imagine, do take a little while to get through because of the format, but it's going a little bit faster now that this website is up and running, and they still have a lot of adventure to enjoy if you are so inclined. So what do you do, Zazima, as you have reached the edge of the well in this old sort of grandfather
I'd either drop
figure?
myself into the well or drop the gold piece down the well. Lol.
Well, which do you do first and foremost? This is ultimately your decision. I don't want to lead you down one particular path or another. I don't want to railroad anything. So I'm gonna have you make the ultimate decision for me here. Which course of action do you take first? Considering what we were up against, it's a wonder we only lost Yancifer. Absolutely, you guys were rock stars in that combat. I had 2 endings prepared. Basically, if you guys had passed, I think I can tell you this now, but Aretheos was not going to show up to help in the combat for our main campaign. If you're longtime viewers of the channel, you know how big of a deal that would have been. So the fact that you guys made it out alive and did what you had to do means that Aretheos was able to show up and help. So Zazima, do you throw yourself into the well, or do you drop the treasure into the well? And most importantly, do you drop all of it, or do you keep that single coin for yourself, if you're dropping the treasure, that is? Yeah, poor Yancifer. Yancifer was a rock star that entire campaign. She did a lot of cool stuff. Couldn't quite pull it out. Not at the end. What do we think, Zazima? Matt says, jump in the well. Nothing bad ever happened to a kid in a well.
I dropped myself into the well with the treasure.
Okay. Feeling the pull of this darkness, feeling something deep within almost calling to you, you climb up to the edge of the well, turning back to look for reassurance from the old man, and he raises an eyebrow, almost suspicious of what it is that you're doing, when you step over the edge and plummet. The darkness takes you. You fall, swallowed whole, tumbling end over end until you wake the weight of that deep dark still clinging to your chest as you now see your allies all around you, feeling this bravery having somewhat manifested in your abilities, almost understanding, or rather remembering, how you came to get the pale root bulb that is wrapped around your chest. What are all of you doing in this moment as you now sort of snap back into consciousness? You see Thalindra's father pressed up against the bars of the cell, his hands bound behind him by chains that hold his hands aloft and away from each other. His words only moments ago were,
Why? Why have you come?
why indeed? What do you all do? Thalindra, you have regained consciousness. You were unconscious at the end of last session, but your level up has given you some extra hit points, luckily. What a way to start a session with that chaos, am I right? You guys are absolutely crazy. So Saft, Zazima, Danny, what do you all do facing down Thalindra's father here? Thalindra, I imagine you have some strong thoughts.
I non-threateningly get up and brush myself off.
Okay. You stand up and brush yourself, hearing the echoes of the Knoll pack that has just run past you as you sort of hid in plain sight in the cell. Or rather, your allies did that.
We were obliged by the order of the jackalope. I will not be able to use the site until I get back.
No worries, Saft. Looks like Matt Steely is now in as Ayla. Perfect timing. So, Nyx, you were actually sandwiched in between a rock and a hard place, quite literally. And so as you kind of pull yourself out and brush the dust off, you see Thalindra's father turn to you.
Oh, at least you weren't alone. If I can help, if you can free me, I think I may be able to find someone who can get you out of here. Really, you shouldn't have come. None of you. This isn't your fight.
Are these fathers all the same guy? No, Thalindra's father is his own man, I believe.
Father, what is all this? This lifelessness? Why tell me of the axe and the stump as a bedtime story to me? As she goes to hug her father during her breakdown filled with tears and hurting.
Thalindra's father is still behind bars, and so you reach your hands around and attempt to hug what of him you can grasp. He does welcome the embrace before sort of whispering back to you.
I thought they were fairy tales as well. I never could have imagined the darkness that exists here in this place. In fact, I'd been here before. It wasn't always like this. Not as it is now. And it's why I came back. I was sent with a mission. Find out what was happening here. To investigate the remnants of Rollins' followers. It seems that something far worse has happened here than even I anticipated. I'm sorry, Thal. They used me to get to her. Now they use me still to exploit her. Can't help but feel useless. Never did quite feel worthy of her, love. Never did quite feel worthy of you. That's why you can't stay. You have to leave. You have to stay safe.
Sobbing uncontrollably as the image of the orc warrior returns to mind, slamming his axe to stump repeatedly in her already fragile mind.
That old stump may have had more to do with the history of this place than we ever thought. I'm beginning to wonder if that stump was once a dryad itself. It's hard to know now. Not exactly an expert on history. Just fairy tales. I could never forgive myself if something happened to you.
I will try to unlock the Lindra's father's cell door.
Okay. Make a check with your thieves tools. That'll be under the skills and tools check on the website there. One of the cool features, it actually detects what tools you have in your inventory and just automatically adds them to that section. Once again, something that D&D Beyond doesn't do. Okay.
I feel as though we should try to save the talking for when we are in a safer place.
Well, I see the roll. You got a 26. It didn't show up on our graphics. That'll be one of those bugs I need to fix later. But with a 26, you very deftly...
Free her father first.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Not only are you able to unlock the gate, but in a split moment, you're able to reach the cuffs that bind each of his wrists and unlock those as well. These are shoddily designed, but designed in a way that the Lindra's father would have had to use his teeth or his mouth potentially to try and pick the locks himself if he had the tools. But in fact, he is left without. He is only in his commoner's clothes. Many of his belongings have been stripped from him. And as you unlock those chains, he sort of crumbles onto the ground, hitting his knees. You can see that the soles of his shoes have been worn thin from standing for so long. And you can see sort of a reluctant relief wash over his expression. He massages his wrists. Oh, thank you. Your friends at least are very capable. All right. Let's see if we can remain quiet. I can't imagine those things will be gone for very long. They may yet come back. I'll take point. I know my way around here. They've drugged me through these holes plenty of times before. And he begins to move out of the cell, moving cautiously, moving quietly. He is going to make a stealth check, and in order, I'm going to have each of you make a stealth check as well. We'll start with Ayla. Ayla, you do have disadvantage on stealth checks because you're wearing plate armor. So if you're on the website, scroll down to roll modifiers and tick the disadvantage button and then roll your stealth check. Just don't forget to untick it. You all was about to fight a demon, yo. I detected one as Ayla. Did it work? I guess it worked. It did work. Awesome. Well, maybe not awesome. And I don't know what that output was, but it does look like it was at least honest with a 4. Ayla, sort of rattled by all the emotions that you've been experiencing, the fact that you're not sure whether to press on with this rage or keep it inside. Your armor is clinking loudly, and you're almost occasionally losing your footing against the uneven ground, just sort of lost in your thoughts and slamming into the rocky wall, causing quite a bit of noise. You'll need your allies to sort of make up for your stealth roll here with a 4. Nyx, you can now roll a stealth check for me. Oh, you were ready. Nyx with a 23 stealth. So with a 4...
Thylindra whispers to her sisters. We need to return to Bravera. We need to know more of these vile roots. This evil so saturated in death.
Well, Thal, I'm glad to hear that you're eager to return to a friend that you have outside of this place. Unfortunately, I don't think you can go back the way you came. There's tons of them there. Even with the troop that came through here before, they'll surely find you. They'll be looking in that area. We'll need to lay low for a little bit before I see you on your way. You see almost like this sullen expression go across his face as he continues to move forward, partially whispering these words to you, but certainly not speaking in full truth. And you certainly do notice that. Okay, and Thelindra with a 13. So, in terms of average, and I'm going to roll for him as well. Okay. Okay, in terms of average between all of you, it's going to be a 14. Now, your father begins to take point as you move on ahead. And not very far along, maybe about a minute of slow, arduous travel, you do see him hold up a hand as all of you follow behind him. No words are said, but instinctively you all know to stop. It's a low roll. Decent roll. Down the corridor ahead, a small fawn-like creature struggles desperately as two gnolls haul it forward by a rope. Its hooves scrape against the stone, its bleeding echoes in panic, yet it is forced ahead towards whatever foul fate awaits it by these two gnolls. Your father simply stands there with his fist up, holding you in place. And it's perhaps the noise of this animal that allows you to go unnoticed, unless any of you would like to jump into the fray here. What you see are two gnolls, plain as day, pulling a sort of fawn-like creature with long, flowing hair down this pathway. "13 is often not the DC. So, what is everyone doing? Are you all staying put? Are you allowing this this encounter to pass?
I would love to surprise them while my companions flank them.
Okay. In that case, Nyx,
Thelindra, sister, your health isn't looking great.
Ayla sort of sees Thelindra beginning to move on ahead towards these gnolls, but maybe holds out a hand to stop them. Thelindra's father's eyes dart to the side, and slipping underneath with a stealth roll of 23, Nyx, you are going to get a first advantaged hidden shot at these gnolls. When we come back, we're going to go on a quick 10-minute break. Don't go nowhere. When we come back, we're going to have a little bit of combat for our characters, and we'll see you then. Make sure to join the raffle. Get yourself some chaos points for the next one, and we'll see you in a second. Bye.
Oh, terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life.
A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian of Darkport, Angel Jobert, Angel of Darkport, Brett Venable, Dutin 103, Zebek Longfang, Lil Tired, Memebot 69000, XIVM, Jason Miller, Corey of Darkport, Devin Beard, Wilfreda Figueroa, Ruby Rod, Sam Huffpower, Daniel Struve, Agile Monk, Moon Goose McQueen, Jude Eshett, Russell Mooney, Licia Harding, Saft 911, James Carr, Velsi, Drazani, Renarius Ash Kevrin, Ira Wing, Tom Server, Meta Lisa, Dwayne Bradway, Labos, Tiago Livas, Samurai Knight, Top 0240, JXC, Jonathan Gonzalez, David R., Thai Local Dog Boy, The Boom Bastard, Rotten Apples, Joe Zielbauer, Renegade, Bi-Coastal Gaming, Gabby Owen, Colwyn's Tabletop, Bear Knuckles, Morgan Feenston, Gian Oritz, T0 Ninjinka, Jerome Grant, Ethan the Chewinga Who, Dino, John Royal, Lance Parrish, Iago Sousa, Onward Scenario, Yoda Sith Lord, Wheeler, Aylford, Bohica, Michael Parrott Inspired Camel, and Tarlian.
You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
Welcome to Constructed Chaos, a D&D live play channel where you get to control the game. Join us on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time for our in-person live stream that allows you to influence our adventures in major ways, from alternate plot points to rerolls to absolute chaos. And tune in on Mondays at 7 for our brand new Chat Plays D&D format where you get to roll the dice and pilot the characters themselves straight from the live stream chat. And between it all, there's tons of homebrew content and guides that we release every single month. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
Greetings, viewers. Bramble Backfoot hopping by to let you know about our monthly homebrew packets issued to all those brave enough to join the ranks of our prestigious order. With a plethora of items, monsters, mechanics, and more, it's easier than ever to bring chaos home to your table. So become a member and let's fight the forces of evil together.
Thank you, you're all too kind, and the drinks are on me tonight! Ha 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 ha! Oh, you must not have enabled gifted memberships! Let me show you how. Ha 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 ha! What you'll want to do is make your way over to our channel page and then add /allow_gifts. From there, you can turn on the toggle for free stuff and join in the chaos. Ha 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 ha! Now for my next tune, a little ditty about a dead necromancer named Pinky.
Hello, Drazad here. Oh my god, you have got to come check out all of our wares. We have so many different things. Help support the stream and get yourself some new magic items as well over at the Constructed Chaos store.
Perfect beard brew, perhaps lizardwort, or giant scorpion venom, and a watcher's eye stalk. And just a little dust of undryness. Not one of those crafting table! Smells pretty good, actually. Fireball! Bring home the chaos of Juniper Forest and Magical Embers with my own personal beard products in partnership with Tabletop Beard.
Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that?
Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you. By chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Welcome back, everyone, and congratulations to Zazima! Enjoy your 1,000 chaos points. Thank you guys so much for sticking around through the break, as we now jump right into a combat initiated by our very own Nyx. And as is the case, we have not done this yet in any of our campaigns, but Nyx, you have surprised these enemies. So they rolled with disadvantage on their initiative. I am actually going to have you roll with advantage on yours. I know technically you don't get to do that, but I'm going to let you do it anyway. So everyone's going to roll for initiative except Nyx. You're going to have advantage on yours. So Nyx, let's get yours out of the way first. Go ahead and roll initiative for me at advantage. I actually don't know. Did I implement that? Yeah, it's up there next to your speed near the top of the sheet. So just tick off the advantage. You got it. Man, you guys are so smart. Okay, with a 14, Zazima, on the very first initiative roll here. It's not bad. A 10 plus 4 is certainly going to help you out. Nyx should be... Hang on. It's should be plus 6. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So it should be a 16 for Nyx and then a 17 for Thalindra. Got it. So Thalindra's actually going to act first before Nyx somehow. And then Ayla, go ahead and roll initiative for me. Matt. Dex prioritized build rolled balls on initiative. So Matt, go ahead and roll initiative for me. If you're not in the bot, it's just !R initiative. If you are in the bot, go ahead and just hit the initiative button. It's up there near the speed, near the top of the character card. And Renarius is now in for Nyx. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten that an attack is coming, and that attack will certainly be at advantage. 2. Okay. So Ayla, oh, look, it's so hot. Ayla is definitely deep in thought and taken aback by the outright audacity of her friend Nyx to go charging in. Thalindra, you see Nyx move on ahead and preparing a ranged attack against one of these gnolls that's dragging.
Am I still restrained?
So you were. However, as I was putting the minis out, I was like, you know what? You guys would have broken your restraints. If I had reminded you of that, you would have definitely gotten out of them, especially with the crazy good Thieves' Tools roll from Nyx. So no restraints. You guys are not restrained anymore. However, you do have your work cut out for you, considering how beaten and battered you are, as we start our initiative with Thalindra. Thalindra, what would you like to do? In this moment, you do have a wild shape left. You do have some attacks you can use. And of course, you have one level 2 spell you can cast or some cantrips. That is totally up to you. Now, one thing we haven't seen yet, if you do cast a spell, your character will speak it. It will say, I cast whatever, and then automatically roll for you. So that's kind of a cool way to save you on some usages. Saft, you do have a lot of points, huh? You will get to use them once the chaos only happens once a session. Eventually that will come into play for you. So Zima thinks you should wild shape into that giant constrictor snake. I do have the mini ready and waiting in the wings if you choose to do so. As Nyx is sort of rounding the corner with that ranged attack, you do see the gnolls sort of bringing their eye line up in suspicion. One of them allowing the rope in their hands to go slack as the deer-like creature looks like it could escape
Cylindra, with
their
her
clutches.
head pounding to the sound of the axe slamming to the stump, she too slams her hands downwards with unfamiliar hatred taking her as she casts Entangle to wrap her enemies.
Okay. Entangle then. So with Entangle, that is a level 1 spell, but you can use a level 2 slot for it. I can go ahead and click that for you. So that means you are out of spell slots, but you are casting Entangle, and as you see pale roots reach up out of the ground and go to ensnare these creatures. Specifically, I imagine you're just targeting the 2 gnolls and not the animal that they have bound themselves. They're each going to make a dex save. I'm going to roll for both of them at the same time. That is a 19 for one and an 11 for the other. So one of them, probably the one further in the back, who did not see you as you sort of round the corner, channeling your magic to get eyesight on the area where you want these vines to ensnare them. The vines reach out, rather the roots in this case, reach out from the walls and sort of create a mesh. One of the gnolls is quite nimble and is able to get through them, allowing the rope to go slack in their hands as the creature, the deer-like creature, is released from their grasp. They escape your entangle, but the other one is completely ensnared by it, held in place, and somewhat helpless as they go for a weapon but can't quite reach it. Are you doing anything else? You do still have a bonus action and some movement left. If you would like to do something else, let me know. But with that, we're going to move on to Nyx. Nyx, it is your turn. The last person in the pilot's chair did want to make an attack. That's what initiated this combat. But you can change course or do something different if you would like. Regardless of what you do, you will have advantage on your attack roll because you were unseen as you went to make this attack.
Lay on hands on Nyx.
Lay on hands... Danny, you don't have lay on hands as Thalindra. So no lay on hands available there, unfortunately. But even that being the case, lay on hands is all used up on Ayla. That is under the paladin abilities. You can see the lay on hands there. So, Nyx, Renarius, what would you like to do as you see these roots leap out from the walls and ensnare one of the gnolls that is seemingly empowered by one of these root bulbs that they may have imbibed just based off of what you saw with Beakley a session prior? One of them is able to escape and looks like they have gone for a weapon. They pull out a small bone whip. This will be you, Renarius, and Saft. Let me know if you have a bonus action or anything else that you would like to do. Any movement you'd like to take as your turn sort of rounds out and Nyx begins to leap into action here. Renarius, again, just make sure you type it instead of adding that exclamation point at the beginning. I know you're saving your usages, but sometimes I'll miss that if it's not spoken into my headphones there. So sneak attack with a bow, you certainly can do that. If you would like to make that attack, if you haven't gained access to the character sheets, it's going to be exclamation point R, DEX, attack ADV. If you are in there, you can plug in all that stuff with the new UI. But you will get sneak attack with the bow if that's what you're asking. It is any ranged or finesse weapon. And our system, you guys haven't gotten to see this yet, our system actually detects that.
Prepare magic stones and walk away from the gnolls.
Ooh, very smart. Okay, so you pick up a few loose rocks on the ground. They're easy enough to find. One of them actually might be bone, but you don't think very much on it. You don't dwell on it for too long as you cast a bit of that red ambient energy into each of these stones. They begin glowing with that sort of violet hum, the animalistic fury that you are so familiar with. It's got to be Dex attack ADV.
I cast magic stone.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that's how that works. If you click on it, it will speak it for you. Sorry, the system's kind of a mess because there's some overlap, but we'll figure it out as we go along. It's super fun. So, Renarius, if you're using chat, yeah, you got it. A 17 will certainly hit, and I imagine you're aiming at the one that's not restrained since you have advantage anyway. You're going to go ahead and roll with the short bow 3d6 plus 4. So exclamation point R, 3d6 plus 4. As you draw your bowstring, letting it loose, rounding the corner as the gnolls' eyes are drawn up. One of them is restrained. The other one escapes, but is momentarily distracted by those vines as your arrow sticks into its pectoral. 18 points of damage as that nearly brings this first gnoll to his knees. He does indeed drop to the ground for a moment as he sort of stumbles ahead, letting go of the Vinda, the deer-like animal that they had restrained by rope and chain. He coughs up, intruders! As he begins to thunder forward towards you. You've done quite a bit of damage to him. He is certainly bloodied, but he is not down. So Nyx, unless you have something else that you would like to do with your turn, we're going to move on from your turn now to the Gnoll Warrior that you just struck. He's going to move forward. And he's going to close on you, Nyx. Unless you're moving first, I'll let you tell me. But he's going to make an attack roll regardless, whether it's you or someone else. He's charging in and he's pissed.
I'll move into the shadows before they get into range.
Okay, so you duck back behind your companions. I'm going to say, if you want to break line of sight, you can get back there, and I imagine... so you can take the hide bonus action, but my rule for getting advantage on the next attack is that you need to pop out from somewhere else, and that's not really going to be a viable thing within this cave network. So you do hide back there. He doesn't see where you've gone, but takes consolation in the fact that he can swing on your friend Thalindra instead. as he brings that bone whip to
I
bear.
cast Magic Stone.
If you keep clicking on it, it's going to keep speaking. But yeah, you did cast Magic Stone. You have those stones in your hand. And as you're sort of focused on the magic that you've imbued into these stones, that Noel does reach you, swinging with his bone whip. That's going to be a 9 to hit, which misses you. I imagine at the last moment, your eye line is drawn up. You see Nick skitter past you and realize you are now the target of this Noel's ire. You sort of dodge to the side, allowing the entangled roots that you conjured a moment earlier to sort of pull you out of the way as the Noel swings into the ground, cracking the stone beneath you. Crack! He does get another attack because you are bloodied still. But he didn't deal damage, so he doesn't get it. Sorry. Not the first time using these stat blocks, but first time using that ability. As now the other Noel is going to attempt to break out of the restrained condition. I believe the escape DC for Thalindra is 14 or 15. That is an 11 on the die. Regardless of what it is, you see him struggling against the vines that have ensnared him, attempting, you realize now, not to charge into battle, but rather go the other way and potentially get help. You're lucky that he is held in place here. He does not escape. Instead, we now move to the creature's turn. The Vinda is actually going to turn and run down the hallway. But as it gets about 10 feet back, it turns back around and runs in a straight line towards this knoll before using its antlers to rut up against him, trying to make a ram attack. Fighting alongside its newfound allies. That is an 11 to hit, which does miss. The knoll has a bit of patchwork leather armor and is more or less just shoved as the Vinda, with its relatively small and weakened body, rams into him. The creature doesn't stop there, though. It does swing around with its tail made of hundreds of tiny thread-like fibers that wrap around and almost entangle the knoll with its own attack. That is a 19 on the die, as the knoll is ensnared by these tiny hairs. They're going to take 5 more points of bludgeoning damage. Is a weird type of damage there from those. It is still up, but they are now grappled by the Vinda, who now rears back with its hooves and attempts to try and make an advantaged attack on the creature that it has grappled with its tail hairs. Unfortunately, that's a 2 and a 1 on the dice. So even at advantage, the knoll has wrestled with this creature before. It's been hauling it to and fro, potentially multiple cages. It's seen this kind of creature before and is familiar with its attack patterns. Dodges out of the way and actually uses its bone whip drawn out between 2 hands to sort of restrain its hooves away from its face, as it is able to keep them away from it. That is going to be the Knoll's turn, the Vinda's turn. It is now Beakley's turn. Sorry, Ayla, you were last in initiative. Beakley, unfortunately, is all the way in the back of the line here, and while they can move through allies' spaces, they can't really get into a position to attack this first Knoll. So they're going to move past and make 2 advantage attacks on the one that is restrained. As it moves through you all, with a startling speed, you hear it call out sort of a war cry. Advantage attack, 18 on the die will hit. The second attack is an 11 total. A 3 and a 4, unfortunately, will miss. But the first attack deals 14 points of damage as it rushes in, rounds that corner, and catches this knoll completely by surprise as they were trying to release themselves from the entangle spell. They're not quite able to get free, and their eyes are drawn up just as Beakley drives their proverbial beak into his torso, dealing those 14 points of damage. We now move on from the owlbear to Ayla. Matt, what does Ayla do at the back of the pack here, seeing a sort of startled expression on Thalindra's father's face, who is left without weaponry, only the clothes on his back, watching in amazement as you all handily dispatch this small gnoll party? Yeah, Beakley's insane. If you guys want to see, if you guys want a case study on exactly how chaos can affect a campaign, it's Beakley. That was a chaos very early on, and Beakley has stuck around. I fully expected Beakley to go the way of the dinosaur by this point, but they have not.
Ayla yells out and moves forward to attack the restrained gnoll.
Okay. So Ayla is going to move forward.
I cast Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay. So Eldritch Blast as you round the corner. A 13, unfortunately, is... does it hit? Oh, you would have advantage. Okay. So that's another little bug that I need to think about. When you click on a spell that has an attack roll, it will automatically roll for you. So you might need to make sure and tick the advantage button. I think that would do it for you. I've done a lot of coding in the past couple of days, so forgive me if I'm not sure exactly how that interaction would function. I think it would work. With a 13, though, you don't hit. So I'm going to have you roll again. Go ahead and just, since it's a cantrip, just click the button again, and it should roll a second roll. We'll take the higher one. I said I cast Eldritch Blast.
I cast Eldritch Blast.
Come on. 25! Hang on. Natural 20! Hell yeah! Okay. So you're going to roll the damage here. I'm not sure if it popped up on your screen. It's supposed to, but I was toiling away with that feature right before stream started, so I don't know if it's working. But you're going to roll 2d10 plus 5. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's a great roll. So you're going to roll 2d10 plus 5. If you're not sure exactly how to do that within the system, what you'll do is come down to roll modifiers, and you should be able to give yourself a static plus 5, and then go up to the generic dice, and I think you should be able to do 1d20, or sorry, 2d10. Excuse me. If that doesn't work, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that needs to get developed for a system like this to work, and I covered most of my bases, but there's a few things that may need to get ironed out. 2d10 plus 5. I'm pretty sure you're going to knock this gnoll on his ass, but maybe he's got a chance to survive here if you roll poorly. Let me know if you're finding it, Matt. If not, you can type it in chat. Just that dice equation. Exclamation point 2d20 plus 5. Exclamation point R 2d20 plus 5. You see, that's why I'm so glad we moved to this system. I think it does work a lot better. Oh, no, plus 5. You're right. It would just be 2d10. Thank you, Saft, for the $2 and for the rules check. I'm so used to Warlocks having that I didn't even think about it. So yeah, it would just be 2d10. No plus 5. Okay. 14. I am going to let you in on a little secret here. This gnoll had exactly 13 hit points left. So with 14, you do him in. Rounding the corner, his eyes fixed on Beakley as the beast ducks down instinctively. You fire off an eldritch blast of bright red energy, sort of channeling that animalistic rage that was given to you only moments ago further down the tunnel. You see it slam into his chest, and expecting a burn mark where you struck him, instead you just see a gaping hole as his flesh has been peeled away and eaten away by the attack that you levied against him. His body goes limp within the restraints of these vines. We now move past Ayla's turn after that absolutely epic Eldritch Blast back to Thalindra. You are staring down this knoll that just swung on you but missed. They're looking pretty worse for wear. What would you like to do here? And Nyx, you're on deck. If this combat continues, be thinking about what you may want to do. No kebabs, anyone? Yeah, you guys haven't eaten in a while. You might be getting a little hungry. Might be getting a little famished. Do not make the warlock mad. Pew pew pew. Absolutely. Absolutely, Renarius. And that's just a level 1. That's a 1 level dip into warlock. Still great in the new rules. Maybe not quite as good as it used to be, but still great. Actually, with Pact of the Blade, I think it might actually be better. Close.
I fake like I MMA throw the stone, but I instead throw a starry wisp at the fool still up, and then I wild shape into a lion.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll with the starry wisp. I believe you should be able to just click on that within the character sheet, and it'll roll the attack for you. As we've discovered, you may have to roll the damage separately. I believe it's just 1d8. Yeah, some of the spell descriptions I just kind of wrote shorthand, and I thought I replaced all the ones that I did that for, but I guess I didn't.
I cast Starry Wisp.
Come on. Oh. Did it just roll the damage? Oh, I see. You clicked through to roll the damage as well. Yeah, if you roll that too fast, it'll replace the roll. But I do see it. With a 14, as you cast Starry Wisp out ahead of you, to your dismay, the gnoll actually dodges it. Even grappled by the Vinda, he is able to maneuver just enough, almost pulling the creature with him, that your Starry Wisp goes careening into the wall next to him. You see his eyes go wide as he realizes he may need to escape and get help rather than try and deal with this himself. That is going to be your turn, I believe, Thalindra, unless there's something else you'd like to do. Nyx, why don't you tell me what you do in this moment, seeing grappled gnoll in between basically all of your allies here. You are hidden, but you won't have advantage on this attack. However, Shortbow has Vex, so you would have advantage. Ha-ha! I remembered weapon mastery for once. That's an improvement. Hakuna Matata, baby. So what do you do, Nyx? You would have advantage on an attack, so if it hits, you would get sneak attack as well.
I'll pop back out and attack with my bow again as I take a swig of my drink.
Okay. You've kind of got the bow drawn and the drink in that backhand. You take a swig and then loose the arrow. Go ahead and roll an attack roll with advantage with that short bow. And it looks like Renarius, yeah. So exclamation point R, DEX, attack, ADV. Until I can get all the bugs worked out, we'll definitely keep those commands still open. And I may just keep them regardless, but I'll try and get it to where the overlap isn't quite as bad. 25 will absolutely hit. Go ahead and roll 3d6 plus 4 damage, including your sneak attack damage there, as you fire another arrow, your last arrow still sticking out through his pec. This one, I imagine, takes aim at his head. You're looking to end this before any help can be called. Could the Lindra get some healing, please? 14! Hell yeah, doing great damage. As your arrow sails through, the gnoll attempts to maneuver again, but finally the Vinda gains its footing, holds them down in place, using the hair wrapped around the arrow to pull at that prior wound that you left. They growl in pain as the second arrow cuts their growl short. Through the neck, you see him just basically stain the Vinda's white hair red as he drops to the ground. The creature releases him, and all of you are now out of combat with an entire crew of allies here. So, as you all leave combat.
I cure wounds, Thylindra, first level.
Okay. So that should have exhausted your spell slot at least.
I cast cure wounds.
Nice. So you...
I remain a talking lion.
Saft, were you a lion? Did you turn into a lion? I'll say if you did, we'll keep track of that. But as Ayla casts Cure Wounds on Thylindra, that's going to be 2d8 plus 3?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I missed that. So you cast your Cure Wounds, and that is indeed 2d8 plus 3. So go ahead and roll that for me. If for whatever reason the character sheets are still kind of acting funky with the custom rolls and adding modifiers, you can just do that in chat. Exclamation point R 2d8 plus 3. 19. That's pretty crazy. Seems like it's working okay to me. So Thylindra, on the back end, I will heal you for 19 points as your ally approaches your lion form, looking somewhat like yourself, with so much hair missing, so much blood drawn from you. You see those wounds beginning to close up.
I got you, sis.
You are now at 30 out of 38 of your hit points, looking quite strong. And you did also wild shape here. Like I said, I apparently missed that. So you have 12 temporary hit points in addition to the 30. You guys are looking quite tanky for being so out of resources here. You all are left alone in the chamber with your prior stealth checks. What would you all like to do? See Thylindra's father, his mouth sort of agape. The Vinda that you had now sort of rushes off into the tunnels back the way it came, looking for some escape from this nightmare. You feel at least you were able to save one lost soul, one lost creature from a rather terrible fate. And you don't know, you don't yet know what exactly that fate was going to be. But I did have something planned, so I'm maybe glad that you guys were able to save them. Don't mind me, I'm just rearranging a couple of things. So what are the three of you doing after dispatching these two gnolls before they could fetch any help?
I'll turn to Thylindra's father and say rescue rangers here to save the day as I start moving forward.
You are quite capable, the three of you. But that was dangerous. The danger in these creatures is not necessarily their individual strength. There is strength in numbers, and if they were able to call for others here, even that one creature running down the halls could attract the wrong kind of attention. We need to move now. We need to move now.
You see your father somewhat worried. It's definitely an expression you may not be used to. He's usually quite calm and sure of himself, especially in the wilds like this. But if that is the case, if that is your intent to move along with him, and I hear no rebuts from chat, then that is what we will do.
We must find shelter and lay low, and let's rest as I leave as well.
I agree with Dad, we should go.
All right. I'll continue to lead the way. Please. Don't do anything rash. We got away with it once. I don't know if we will again.
Continues to move further forward. After another couple of minutes of travel, slow, you round another corner where there's more or less a split in the tunnel, a fork in the road, so to speak. In one direction he eyes first, looks to be the direction he's trying to move. He sort of nods in that direction. He starts to go that way, but as you all round the corner, you see in the other direction is a rather short tunnel that ends in a dead end. You see at the end of that tunnel a heavy iron gate that's set into the wall, its lock still intact, and beyond the bars sit several stacked crates and a simple desk, just sort of set apart from the rest of this area. Are you continuing to follow, or are you investigating this instead? What do you all think? Lithirian, Thalindra's father, does certainly seem keen on continuing quickly, but who knows what you may find in this the secret treasure trove. Is it too tempting to pass up? I yelled Russell Mooney while imitating Alex's voice. Oh, Danny, thanks for the $2. He says, good time for Braviera to surprise them.
I will head in
yeah,
and catch up after.
Okay. In that case, Ayla, I believe you actually have thieves' tools. Let me double check that.
Ooh, treasure, let's take a look.
In that case, Ayla spoke up first. You don't have thieves' tools, so instead, I will allow Nyx to make a thieves' tools check to see if you can pick this lock. Yeah, Ayla, you get up close. You look like you're about to try and pick it apart with your carpenter's tools, but Ayla sort of brushes you aside, ready to jump into their precise skill set. No mimic, no mimic, no mimic, no mimic. That's hard to say fast. So Renarius, sorry, I guess in your case, since you're not using the setup, I will roll it for you. It is a +6 what you have. I'm trying to see something that would be comparable. You do also have a +6 to sleight of hand. Yeah, so just !R sleight of hand. Sorry, Renarius. I forget. The tools checks are not quite as well founded in our commands. Ayla wanted to pick the lock with the maul. A 20, so that will be non-natural. Should be a 14 plus 6. As you are indeed able to pick this lock, it takes a little bit more work than the last one. This one seems to be of a nicer quality. The iron bars you notice on this cage are not rusted at all, and the lock as well is not very well worn. It has been treated with care, and as such, the mechanism is a little bit more finicky, a little harder for you to get past, but you do indeed snap that lock open, and you're able to open the gate. As you do, you're very careful, because of your sleight of hand check, because of your thieves tools check, to hold the weight of the gate as it swings so it doesn't make too much noise. And the rest of the party is alerted by your lack of presence, and does sort of return back towards this opening as you begin to press in. You can see, like I said, those piled up crates and a desk off in the corner. What would you like to do in this room now that you've gotten access to it? And, well, as you know, there may only be a certain amount of time that you get in this room before you run into trouble. So you may want to pick apart as quickly as you can. Throw caution to the wind, if you will. Don't worry about mimics.
Check the desk first. Time of the essence.
Okay. As you look across the desk, I'm going to say you can easily see what's on the desk, what's in the desk, but I'm going to say make an investigation check to see exactly what you're looking at, to see if you can make sense of it. There are a bunch of papers on the desk, and I want to see if you can understand what they are. So it'll be an investigation check for you. Desk, 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 desk. 18. Okay. So with your 18, you don't find much within the desk other than a few writing implements, some stored ink vials, or ink pots rather. But across the top of the desk and stowed away in some of the desk's sort of carved out cubbies, you do see several notes that sort of speak in this coded shorthand. You see references to things like yield, resonance, harvest cycle. There are numerals circled and crossed out, recalculated. Whatever this operation is, it's being measured and refined, optimized. And because of your decent investigation check, you know this is far too sophisticated for the Red Claw. You know this is far too sophisticated for Knowles. And because it's you specifically, Nyx, you feel as though this is consistent with his writing, the old man. You may not, I think with the 18, you may not know his handwriting after so much time has passed, but you feel like this is right up his alley. This is the kind of stuff that he was constantly poring over and researching in your time living with him before you escaped. The plot thickens indeed. What else are you all doing here? Or are you getting the heck out of there now that you've found some notes, some indication of potential presence of someone that was thought to be dead? Drug trade expansion, Danny suggests. Maybe so. Maybe so.
I am keeping watch while we potentially leave when ready.
Okay. Ayla, I'm going to say make a perception check then as you sort of remain vigilant.
I say we grab some notes for later to double check and smash and grab the crates.
Okay. Matt, with your 18 investigation check. Okay. With your 18 investigation check, you're certainly able to look through the crates with a pretty decent amount of precision. You're not taking the time to look for any hidden compartments or anything, but you imagine because this was behind a lock that there probably wouldn't be anything like that. You're pulling apart every little bit and bauble that you think might be useful hastily as you see Ayla, her eyes sort of darting back towards you and the rest of your group with a 2, not really able to keep a keen eye out, but you at least feel that you would be alerted to any presence before it was on top of you. Within the crate, Nyx, you find several tightly sealed vials of what you know to be Ta'alva. You see 3 doses of reddish orange oil that was described to you previously as woe oil. And you see a sack filled with brittle cicada husks. These all seem somewhat familiar to you after talking at length with that merchant in the Serpent Strip during the session before last. This could prove useful, so you pocket it, and I will add that to your inventory specifically. I may have to do it later, actually. It might take a little while. It's a little clunky for me to do. So, you find 3 doses of Ta'alva, the 3 doses of woe oil, and a sack of brittle cicada husks. Let me roll a perception check here. Okay. Letherian, who's trying to do his best to keep a lookout as well, does notice what you're pulling from that crate. He says, "Oh, that's perfect." He sort of motions towards the cicada husks, and he says, May I take them? I promise we'll put it to good use." You let go of your spoils here, Nyx. You allow Letherian to do something with these cicada husks.
Of course. As she hands them over.
Perfect. He takes the lot of them and finds
Do
a
it,
small...
Emperor Palpatine reference.
Do it. He finds a small area where some of the stone in the floor has cupped. He grabs a rock and actually pours out the cicada husks into that stone indention and begins grinding them almost like a mortar and pestle into a fine dust that he then pulls up and sort of rubs all over himself and then motions for you all to do the same. It'll mask all presence. Those creatures, those fiends, they have a keen sense of smell. This will put them off from our scent. These are woe-caller cicadas, beasts and other like creatures. Don't really like the smell of them. They usually reside
Great
where
idea.
other creatures have died. So, I imagine all of you begin putting the cicada dust
I
onto
rub
you.
the cicadas on my armor.
Yeah.
Stink bug.
This will give all of you a cumulative +5 to stealth checks made to hide from beasts, monstrosities, and fiends for 1 hour. So your previous cumulative 14 is now going to be a 19 with that stealth check. As he sort of sighs a breath of relief. I was nervous to spend as much time as we have, but I do think this was worth it. Now let's go. We need to get out of here. Do you all follow, or is there anything else you'd like to do in this room? As is so often the case, I will take the first answer I hear from you all.
Carry on.
Okay. Nyx leads the way just behind Letherian as he continues to meander down the hallway towards his supposed ally.
Let's
And-
go, sisters.
After another few minutes of slow movement, feeling a little bit more emboldened by the cicada dust that you now wear, you see a chamber ahead with a bit of smoke sort of pouring out from it. Once again, Letherian holds a hand up. That should be them up ahead. Stay here. I'll go first. They may get nervous if they see more than just me here. As he begins to meander forward, do any of you sort of try and sneak a peek into the chamber, or do you wait there as he instructed? There are, of course, other options as well. You can let me know what you'd like to do. We'll take it all in stride. You guys have handled this pretty well. That one level 4
I will
bump.
use my stealth to peek.
Okay. With your stealth specifically, I believe you had gotten a 23. With that +5, it would be a 28. So I will roll for this individual, or whoever may be around the corner. Okay.
I wait, but get ready to strike if something goes wrong.
All right. So, Nyx, as you round the corner, Letherian doesn't even notice you. However, what you notice is a wooden table with various cuts of meat stripped from various wild animals inside of a large chamber with those same pale roots lining the walls. Several sources of light, including a cooking fire underneath a pot, above which is a slightly hunched figure brooding, stirring that sort of gray root-choked slop within the pot. As they turn to look, you actually see a slight resemblance to Beakley here, as an owlin that has been transformed into a gnoll now turns. If you're here to laugh, just get it over with. When she glances over to see exactly who has entered, her eyes widen. She scrambles, snatching up a heavy ladle with shaking claws. Don't come any closer!
Don't! Stay back! Letherian, how did you escape? As Letherian now looks...
Skriel, please. I mean you no harm. You know me. I appreciate the rations you've given. I appreciate the help. But I'm afraid I must ask a bit more of you.
As he turns, he notices you now, Nyx, as he sort of motions for the rest of the group to come in. Do you reveal yourself? Do you all step into the chamber?
Ayla, without words, uses her divine sense for specific foes. Or perhaps to hear again her brother's voice for comfort. Still uncertain of herself as she listens.
I will say that you are on the very, very tail end of your divine sense, because it does only stay up for 10 minutes, I believe. But you do sense this creature is a fiend. They have indeed been given the transformation, and you do see not only bruising and mattering of fur, but you do see the 5 red claw marks that is typical of a red claw member. It's actually on their wing. That has been somewhat it's like half limp. You don't imagine they can fly on it anymore, and they almost like when they walk, they sort of hobble with it in front of them. They are indeed a fiend, and you do detect them, but you don't detect any others within.
Nyx reveals herself from the shadows.
Okay, Nyx, as you step out, and Ayla, Delindra, as you all enter, you see this individual referred to as Skriel. Oh, there's more of you. Don't hurt me. I'm not much for fighting. Throws the ladle. You hear it kind of clang and clatter in the background. They may get mad at me. What? What brings you here? Why are you the intruders? Oh no. Letherian, what have you done? We need to get you back to your cage. If they find out you've left, if they see you here, they'll kill me. Oh no. You see them going into like a full panic attack. What are you all doing in this moment? Meeting this Owlin Knoll for the first time.
If Rakima has done this to you, he is no more. However, this is far from over.
Oh no. Rakima, he was brutal, but he kept dissent in line. He kept us from infighting. If Rakima is gone, they may just kill me. He picked on me for fun before, but who knows now? All bets are off.
See them kind of jittering and twitching, and again, you do see them in relatively poor shape, especially even for a Knoll.
What are you all doing here? What do you need from me?
Skriel, what I need from you is to hide these 3. 4, including the owlbear. I know that may be a tall order, but you were the only one I could trust, and we can't much go out the way we came in. In return, I will return to my cell. If they see that I've escaped, surely they'll search here. Surely they'll find us all. I will stay put. You have my word, and I am good for it.
You want me to protect all these guys?
Then can you lead us out of here afterwards? We only wish to surface.
Oh, jeez. It's a tall order. I already have a lot to...
She turns and you see the pot is beginning to boil over. Oh, the slop! And she runs back and continues to stir it with her one good wing, the other clutched tightly to her chest. As you see the concoction beginning to simmer down, she turns to you.
Okay, I think I can hide you. I do have a spot I'd like to hide.
Laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
When they're looking for a fight, there's a place I like to hide. I could stuff you there. But I don't think I have the time or the presence to get you out. Just go back the way you came, I guess. When the heat's down.
maybe they'll think you left on your own. If we're lucky.
It's the least I could ask. It's the most. Thank you, Skriel. You've done me a great kindness, and I hesitate to ask you, but truly, you well know I have nowhere else to turn.
I knew I shouldn't have given you those extra rations. You just look so sad. Damn it. Stupid elf puppy dog eyes.
I don't know if going backwards is an option, Thalindra says, still as a talking lion.
Oh, so that lion talks. Okay. Does the owlbear talk too? It might complicate things if they can't keep their voice down.
No, the owlbear does not talk. The other is, someone very dear to me. I need you to look them after.
I'd rather leave than hide more.
I understand what you want, and I've seen what you're capable of, but you must understand the force you're against. At least stay here and rest for a time. I know I can't force you to leave, though I can ask. Please, for my sanity, just leave me here and go. But if you must stay, at least recuperate. Give yourself a fighting chance. I can't tell you what you fought up till now. It's nothing compared to what lies ahead. Both in terms of physical and emotional turmoil. I'm afraid if you do pursue this path, you may be put to a task even I could not complete.
All right, time's a wasted then. Follow me. You four. Well, three. I guess only three of you will fit here.
There must be a way to take you with us.
No, you can take me with you, perhaps on your way out. If you were to flee, your friend seems plenty capable at picking locks. But I can't hide here with you. I need to go back. They notice I'm missing, they'll search this entire area. And I imagine, based on Skriel's affinities, they may search here. I think they're likely to, in fact.
With that, there's that sort of awkward silence, and then Skriel chimes in. Can that bear play dead? I guess can the lion? Will the lion be okay in there with you? Is it gonna attack? It's a pretty tight space, I wouldn't want you all to. Well, I guess maybe actually that would work out pretty nice for me. But if you wanna, the owlbear won't fit. You see that Beakley sort of cock its head and look to you, Thalindra, wondering what it should do.
The lion is fixed, so it's pretty tame.
Okay. Good to know. Well, yeah, I guess if the owlbear hides in the open and looks like it's been killed, ready for preparation, she sort of like points back to a mound of dead animals along with a few that are hanging on meat hooks. If it's okay with laying there and maybe resting with the others, I might be able to convince any passerby that it is dead. Maybe it's for supper. How long do you gotta stay? How long are you gonna stay for? We're wasting a lot of time. Just follow me. Just follow me. As she maneuvers over towards a crate brimming with root vegetables.
I swear on my oath as a paladin of the ancients guiding me. We will come for you. But yes, rest is needed, for we cannot fight our army.
I tell Beakley to play dead, but try to stay some fat out of sight.
Okay. Well, I guess if you're bringing a fight, just don't do it here. Don't. I don't need any more heat on me. I don't need any more trouble in here. Oh, bother. I'm gonna roll. Actually, you know what, Delindra? Why don't you roll a performance check, and this will be for Beakley to see how convincing they are at playing dead. You see Skriel maneuver over to that crate overflowing with vegetables, and she pulls away the top layer and then pulls up on a wood panel beneath. Okay, a 12. 12 is not terrible. Could be workable. Depends on who's looking.
Here's a drink for everyone to take the edge off as I pass my flask around.
Oh, is that got any of the good stuff in it? You might have trouble finding rest if you don't have any of that. Oh, this is going to be hilarious. It might be. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. As Skriel now reveals this hidden compartment under the crate of vegetables. She kind of points towards it. Luckily for you, the rest of the Red Claw mostly likes to eat red meat. They're not one for vegetables. So they shouldn't be checking here unless they have good reason. They've never found me in there, after all.
Not currently having hands, I nudge Nyx to pour me a shot.
Are you, important question, are you all adding to Alva to your drinks? That is the only way that you'll be able to get a good night's sleep without making the check necessary.
Here you go, my lion sister.
I'll go down the line. Each of you can tell me what you're choosing to do. And Delindra, I'll let you decide for both yourself and for Beakley. Let me know if you're imbibing the Ta'alva that you found. You do have 3 doses of it. Actually, yeah, you have 3 doses.
No need, Nyx. I feel comprimist enough. I need not of nightmares. Just clarity.
Okay. So Danny, let me know if Ayla's taking a hit of Ta'alva before they attempt to sleep here. You do only have 3 doses, so one of you may have to go without. At least one of you. What are we thinking?
Ayla refuses the drug.
Okay, Ayla says no. Nyx and Thalindra, what do you decide? Thalindra, you can decide for Beakley now since there are 3 doses up for grabs. This is meant to be tempting, and it may work in your favor,
Beakley
but...
and I do not touch the Talva, remembering what happened last time.
Bottoms up as I drink the Talia.
Okay, so Nyx is the only one that will imbibe. So I'm going to have you... you're going to willingly fail the saving throw. And you feel yourself beginning to slip into that unconscious state. I'm trying to think how long it's been since the last time you had it. I do think it has been over a 48-hour period, so you're not... No, it's close, but I do think it's been within 48 hours. So, Nyx, first and foremost, make a wisdom saving throw for me. So, exclamation point R, wisdom. Or whiz save. Sorry. Yeah, you got it. Okay, with a 19, you are experienced enough with this drug now that you understand its ill effects, and you try to keep your mind about you, steering yourself towards better dreams rather than the deep nightmare that you experienced last time you attempted this. So you are able to find sleep as you climb into the hidden compartment. Your 2 allies follow close behind. Ayla, I will first have you make a charisma saving throw. to see if you can get a good night's sleep without a level of exhaustion.
Thylindra, can you regale us this tale of the axe and the stump? I wish to hear the tale.
Danny, I think you probably know the tale better than anyone. Yeah, Danny, go ahead and make a charisma saving throw for me. If you're set up within the website, it is one click under the saving throws. And it should work, hopefully. We'll find out. Oh, it's !R CHA save if you want to do it that way. Dun dun dun. A 0. Yeah. If you just put charisma, it won't know what to do. Okay, with an 18, you are even in this place where the magic is so pervasive, so much more than even on the surface. You are able to force yourself into good sleep. You have been exposed to this magic, and you understand that exposure to it is not necessarily evil. As a matter of fact, some of that magic flows through you now that you've taken a level in Warlock, and so it almost feels homely to you. Thylindra, you and Beakley both have chosen not to imbibe, so I will roll for Beakley if you want to roll a charisma saving throw for me. Oh no, dogs enter and disturb your sleep. Thylindra, unfortunately, you do not make the charisma saving throw. And so, while you do find some rest, it is not good rest. Nightmares of whatever is torturing your mother, whatever is the fate of your father now that you are being forced to send them back to their cell. That is what keeps you up at night, and you will have a level of exhaustion should you come out of the other side of this long rested. You see the lid close, and you hear
WHO.
woof woof woof. As the seal closes over top, there is a darkness that lays over you like a blanket. You hear the vegetables sort of pile back on top, hiding that false bottom. And then you all hear, as you drift off into sleep, Skriel beginning to maneuver back out of the front of the cage, the cavern entrance, bringing Letherian back to his holding cell, now rebound in a set of manacles they had on hand. You all can hit the long rest button.
Not Thylindra having that dream where she's being chased by dogs again.
You all can hit the long rest button. It is on the character sheets. If you are not in there, I'll hit it for you. So, Renarius, I will hit for you. I guess I'm already in here if you guys aren't as well. Yeah, looks like everybody got it. Nice. Good job, everybody. Now, because of this, aid is going to be falling off. So I'm going to take that off. The temporary hit points that you had will be going away, Thylindra. So I'll take that off. And then Thylindra, unfortunately, because you failed, Beakley did succeed with an 18 on the die. You will have a level of exhaustion as you begin to wake. But more than anything, you all are a bit concerned when you wake. because you do not wake to silence. Instead, you awake to the sound of that bubbling cauldron.
Cylindra wakes up pawing at the air, realizing she has hands again.
You awake to the sound of gnolls laughing just outside of your hiding spot.
They might still be hiding out near the entrance. Oh, they might be long gone by now. Shut it! No Rakima now. Means we make the rules and we do the finding. Oi, bird. Seen anything unusual?
No. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just cooking, you know. Just making dinner, you know. You then see, or rather hear, one of the large creatures beginning to walk closer to where you're hiding.
I don't know why you keep this rubbish here anyway. It's no good. We want meat. And you know, now that I'm thinking, Rakima's no longer around. Maybe we'll skin you instead.
As you hear immediate impact and a cry, "Ah!" as Skriel crashes to the floor. Do any of you do anything as you hear these gnolls beating up on one of their own? I will leave that decision to you. Beakley has been instructed to play dead, and it doesn't sound like they're moving out of their hiding position. What are the three of you doing in your hiding spot? Oh no, carnivores.
I cast Divine Favor.
Shall we teach these gnolls a lesson, sisters?
You begin muttering under your breath. Ayla, you cast Divine Favor on yourself as you prepare for whatever battle may come, knowing that this creature has done you a favor, and so you owe them in return. With 2 out of the 3 ready to leap into action, you'll hear just as one of the gnolls begins to
I've had about enough of your weakness, little bird.
You burst open your hiding place as you see 3 gnolls draw their eye line towards you, hanging over a beaten and battered Skriel, who looks at you and just simply utters, "Help!" And that is where we are going to end our session for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Thank you for an amazing stream. This has been an incredible campaign so far. Not even considering the fact that we have a brand new tool at our disposal that you all have helped me to playtest. I really appreciate all of the work that you've done, all of the advice that you've given me on new features. Now that it's up and running, I can do all kinds of things. I can't wait to get to work on this before our next session. Catch us on Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Have a great new year. Enjoy yourself, and be responsible with those fireworks. I know some of you like to get wild. I will at least leave you with the scene that you will be starting on in the next session.
Thanks again, and Happy New Year.
Dice roller at the top needs help, but the rest is great.
Yes, absolutely. I will be looking into all of those features post-haste. But, as always, until next time, go out there and make some chaos. Bye!